Hi students, welcome to lesson number 23, Social Institutions, Religion. Religion is one of the important social institutions. Religion is considered diverse in historical development and it varies culturally. People think that their religion is true, whereas all other religions are either non-religious or a set of superstitions or anti-religions. They also think that their religion is superior to all other religions. There are many understandings of religion postulated by social thinkers according to their beliefs. Harry M. Johnson found difficulty in defining religion objectively. He believes that religions vary so widely in doctrine and practice that they are difficult to describe objectively, and any definitions of religion will necessarily seem inadequate. Let us look into the objectives. 1. To define and discuss the meaning of religion. 2. To discuss the characteristic features of religion. 3. To explain the functions of religion. 4. To discuss the different forms of religion. The definition and meaning of religion. There are many definitions of religion given by social thinkers according to their beliefs. To arrive at an objective description of religion, let us study some of the definitions of religion. According to James G. Fraser, it is a belief in powers superior to man which are believed to direct and control the course of nature and of human life. According to 𝗂𝗪 𝗪𝗓𝗂, provides a workable definition of the term religion. It is based on a separation of all aspects of reality, thoughts, words, actions and objects into two opposed categories, the sacred and the profane. The sacred things are set apart and forbidden, whereas profane things are simply ordinary. An object considered as sacred is one in society may be profane in another society. Sacredness does not reside in the object, but in the values of a particular society. He defines religion as a unified system of beliefs, practices relative to sacred things, beliefs and practices which unite into a single moral community called a church, serving the needs of all those who adhere to them. Shepherd, Odom and Burton, it is a system of norms guiding behavior related to man's search for ultimate meaning, a concern with ultimate meaning, a search for explanation for the meaning of life, death and other difficulties. To explain events is a basic theme in religious behavior. Harry M. Johnson considered that religion is more or less a coherent system of beliefs and practices concerning supernatural order of beings, forces, places or other entities. Let us look into the elements of religion. The various definitions reveal that there are some common elements found in different forms of religion. All religions are the result of man's tendency to attach sacred significance to objects, ideas and occasionally even to human beings or animals. The creation and recognition of sacred has been motivating factor in the establishment of the world's religions. Anything that is considered sacred is elevated to a place of esteem in the minds of believers and it evokes an attitude of great respect or awe. The sacred is not ideological by utilitarian or rational standards. It evokes sentiments and emotions and it is considered immune to criticism. In all religions, there are rituals which are outward symbolic expressions of beliefs, offerings, food to ancestors, a rain dance to the gods, a silent prayer before going to bed are examples of rituals. The ritual may be believed to have power in itself and produce certain results. They are intended to induce a feeling of respect and awe. Rituals are used to promote group unity. Most religions have systems of beliefs which are considered important because they provide a foundation for religious behavior and feelings. The behaviors takes religious beliefs seriously. Let us study the characteristics of religion. The following are the important characteristics of religion. 1. Religion is concerned with the sacred, and supernatural. The province of religion is sacred, which is the holy. There is universal tendency for religion to express awe, reverence and fear regarding certain things, beings or situation, and to distinguish them from ordinary, the mundane or the profane. The non-religious social institutions operate in the realm of the profane, the realm of everyday life. For example, buying and selling, births and education are all related to realm of profane. 2. Religion is a group phenomena. Religion is considered as a group phenomena, is significant both for what it says and for what it fails to say, and for what it excludes. What it excludes is of course the individual aspect. Religion is individual matter in a number of ways. It involves personal emotions and thoughts insofar as one's religion is purely a matter of personal beliefs, or insofar as individuals are free to commit themselves to whichever religious system they prefer. 3. Religion involves a body of beliefs. This is an extension of the sacred and supernatural for in act of endeavoring to deal with or justify these phenomena experiences, religious groups develop explanations out of rationals and discover facts that are eventually systemized into a body of beliefs. Every religion has its sacred book that spells out or provides the basis for determining the beliefs the group holds. Every religion has beliefs in addition to those contained in such official or basic writings. Group beliefs are for an individual are concerned with the norms established or accepted by the group. Norms specify how members of the group are expected to behave, but also what they are expected to believe. The beliefs of the groups specifically are concerned with sacred and supernatural. 4. A set of practices. The most important function of any religion is the performance of rituals and a host of other activities generated by its beliefs. Rituals are the outward symbolic expressions of beliefs, like food offerings to ancestors. It is important to understand that there is nothing intrinsically religious in a given act. An act or practice becomes religious only when the group defines it as such. 5. Religion has moral implications. This is the most important characteristic of religion. A religion deliberately exerts influence on its adherents in an attempt to make them behave in a prescribed ways where all the time in all situations. Religion is unique in claiming a higher source or basis for its morality. 6. It is a matter of emotions. The essence of religion lies neither in the intellect nor in the sphere of behavior such as reflected by ethics, but in the realm of emotions or feelings. Let us look into the religious organizations. Every religion has an organization which promotes the continuity of religion. In order to increase the religious knowledge, it continually recruits new members. The pattern of religious organizations differs from society to society and also within a single society. The various types of religious organizations are, according to Weber, the types of religious organizations are the church, denomination and the sect. According to Odom and Burton, the church, sect and cult are the three basic types of religious organizations. The ecclesia and denomination are subtypes of the church. The church has been broadly designed as any stable, well established religious group. It is also designed as the organized central religion or religions of society, no matter the size of society. Distinction between ecclesia, denomination, sect and cult. On the basis of their relationship to the political structure of a society, the major distinction is made. Ecclesia. The ecclesia is a form of religious organization found in such societies in which political and religious institutions are closely integrated. The concept of ecclesia was modeled on the medieval European church. It is an ideal type of religious organization. Ecclesia is a large religious organization that embraces almost all the members of a society. It is conservative and allied with secular authorities. Its organization may be either national or international. It tends to attempt domination of an entire population in cooperation with the political authorities. Denomination. A denomination is found in all societies where there is separation of religion and state. It is fairly large, integrated and centralized with the political authorities. It falls between ecclesia and sect. Unlike ecclesia, it does not seek to control nor monopolize a territory. The major distinction between a church and a denomination is that denomination has doctrinal differences with other denominations in the same church. Sect. The church and denomination are distinct from the sect. The sect is small, diffuse and relatively unstructured. The system of beliefs of the sect is typically based on our interpretation of scriptures, which differ from that of other religious organizations, especially the large organizations from which the sect has descended. Cult. The cult is small, rare and almost formless religious organization. It is temporary in nature. Cult is at the far extreme from the church. It may be private, limited to the family or a very small group. The beliefs of the cult are generally in conflict with established churches and the sects. It is esoteric and often mystical and highly ritualistic. Cult appears frequently in urban centers and it appeals to the people who experience loneliness and frustration as a consequence of urban life. The sect and cults may also become established sects, denominations or even churches through the process of the routinization of charisma. The routinization of charisma is the process by which the leadership of a religious organization shifts from a few charismatic persons to a larger number of persons in official positions. Let us look into the forms of religion. In order to understand the concept of religion, it is necessary to know the forms of religion. The different forms of religion are as follows. 1. Superstition. It is an ignorant and irrational belief in a supernatural agency, omens, divination, sorcery, etc. It is widely held to be true in spite of objectively demonstrable facts to the contrary. For example, a few students feel more confident of success when taking examination if they write with a certain lucky pen. Similarly, few days are not considered to start any new work. So, we have number of such superstitions in Hinduism. Animism. Taylor defines it as a belief in the soul, anima, hence the name animism. According to Taylor, animism was man's earliest form of religion. It is a belief that all objects, both animate and inanimate, are permanently or temporarily inhabited by spirits of souls. The concept of soul first gave rise to religion. The spirits are conceived of as beings with an existence distinct from the objects within body of every living being, with an existence distinct from the objects they inhabit. It propounds the existence of some supra-physical being within the body of every living being. All activity is believed to be caused by these spirits. There is also a belief in the existence of other spirits or beings with powers over the lives of men. The spirits inhabiting objects of nature as well as those in the worlds of spirits may be worshipped or treated with fear or awe and respect. The vitalizing factor in animism is the soul. The soul wanders irrespective of time and space. Thus, it is a belief in the spirits of the dead. Magic. It is a technique for manipulating supernatural or natural forces by the application of certain ritual performances that are believed to assure desired results. The assumption is that the correct performances of ritual or correct movement of a formula must bring about the desired result. Religion and magic both are techniques of adaptation, the objective being to help man out of crisis situations and relieve his tensions, though these two approaches seem to have existed together. The magical approach is more primitive than the religious approach. In primitive societies, magic has been more organized and gives a specialized status to the magician. The role of magician in such societies is not always distinct from that of a religious and medical specialist. Where religion and science fall to solve pressing human problems, magic is probably likely to act as a substitute adjustment. Magic takes two forms according to Fraser. Magical formulae are based on the following: 1. Like producing like, and 2. Once in contact, always in contact. These miracles have been believed as though they are laws. The first one, which Fraser calls the law of similarity, as associated with homeopathic, imitative or mimetic magic. Sympathetic magic is based on the belief that a magical practice performed on one object or in one situation can have an effect upon another object or situation, either because the two objects were once associated with each other or because they are similar. This magic includes contagious magic and imitative magic. Fraser labeled all types of magic as sympathetic because they are considered to be based on the principle of sympathy between cause and effect. Burning of effigies is another form of imitative magic. It is believed that when an effigy is burnt, its original person also will suffer likewise. The second law is called, according to Fraser, law of contact, contagion, and the magic associated with it is called contagious magic. It is a type of sympathetic magic based on assumption that once objects have been associated or in contact with each other, a connection will continue to exist thereafter. It is believed that magical practice performed on an object will have an effect on another object with which it was formerly associated. For example, magic might be performed on lock of hair in order to harm the person to whom it previously belonged. The following are the other types of magic: black magic, magical practices that are harmful in intent, such as practices aimed at destroying or injuring others, are called black magic. It is malicious, antisocial, it is condemned by society, and those who practice black magic can be punished by law. White magic yields good results. It is beneficial to the individual or sometimes to the whole society. White magic is performed to cure an illness or bring success in some venture, or bring rain or increase crop output, or protect property from evil forces, or protect from bad luck. It is socially approved and therefore encouraged. Totemism. This is one of the elementary forms of religion found among the tribals. Totem refers to a class of objects, usually species of animals, that is regarded by a clan, lineage or other social group as having a special relationship to the social unit. For example, a tribe is supposed to be related to a totem towards which they naturally behave in a reverent manner. They adopt totem's name and offer prayers to it. Members of a tribe will strongly believe that they have descended from that totem. They carve out the representation of the totem over the doors of their houses. They do not kill, or even they do not harm the totem, and they attach it to super empirical meaning. Fetishism. It refers to any revered object believed to have power to achieve the desired ends of the person who possesses or uses it. Fetishism is a religion that emphasizes the worship of fetishes frequently found in association with animism. A leaf or stone of unusual scope may be adored because of its mysterious powers. It is very popular among the pre-literate people. Difference between religion and magic. The basic difference between these two is that of coercion and submission. Religion and magic are two ways of tiding over the crisis. There are subtle difference in approach. In religion, man approaches the superior power or powers by praying and offering worship to them, while in the case of magical approach he tries to coerce superior powers into service. The other difference between these two is that religion is public and it has congregational aspect, whereas magic is secret. Both the priest and magician mediate between the mundane world and the other. Magic is feared, whereas religion is respected. Magic is malevolent, while religion is benevolent. Religion seeks an exploration in terms of spirits and gods, while magic does the same in terms of force. Religion and magic are imbued with the mystery of the world. The roles of magician and priest are often combined in one person. The performance of rites in magic and religion is governed by the traditional order, which must be strictly followed, otherwise the efficacy is lost. Let us look into the functions of religion. The functions and importance of religion have been very high significance to society. Religion has contributed to the integration of society. It justifies unequal distribution of property. It also contributed to human welfare and peace of mind to the individual. The following are the universal functions of religion. 1. Religion is an instrument of social integration. According to 𝗪𝗫𝗫, religion is a major instrument for social integration and of social control. He identified 4 primary social functions of religion and ceremonial rituals. They are: religion serves disciplinary and preparatory functions. Rituals impose a self-discipline that is necessary for social life. 2. Ceremonial rituals perform a cohesive function. It brings people together to reaffirm their common bonds and reinforce social solidarity. By doing this jointly and repeatedly, the members of the group strengthen their bond and relatedness. 3. Religion serves as revitalizing function. It makes society aware their common social heritage. It links them to the past. Such awareness can motivate and inspire people to carry on. 4. It also serves as euphoric functions. Religion aids in establishing a pleasant feeling of social well-being. This function takes on special significance when a group is faced with calamities and disappointments, losses of treasured members and other threats to its stability. According to 𝗪𝗏, religion is an instrument of social control in contemporary society and it did in traditional society. Social control in the present society is not brought about through social cohesion, but through individual control brought about by sense of individual moral responsibility. 2. Religion is a source of conflict. Religion is not only a source of cohesion, but also a source of conflict. Religious wars have been brutal and blood, because the commitment to a religion can lead to a struggle where sometimes many people die. Religious differences within a society often produce tension and conflict. They are disruptive rather than integrative for the society as a whole. The communal riots in India are the best examples to show that existence of various religious groups in a society contribute to conflicts. 3. Religion gives subjective experiences. Religion provides meaning to subjective experiences. It provides meaning in a variety of situations. 𝗪𝗏 viewed religion as providing meaning and positive purpose in life in times of difficulties. 𝗪𝗫𝗫 viewed religion as a means of consolation in times of bereavement and as a way of giving cultural meaning to the ultimate fact to human death. Religion helps people grapple with emotional crisis, with death and bereavement, with uncertainties and disappointment of all kinds. Religion attempts to relativize human problems by placing them in an eternal perspective, interpreting events as God's will and providing answers for irrational events. 4. Religion consoles. Religion is considered as the consoler of the dispossessed, hungry or the angry. According to Karl Marx, religion is the opiate of the people, which functions to lessen social discontent by promises of a better life after life to come. 5. Religion and the unknown. Religion is a response to the unknown such as birth, death, dreaming and natural events such as seasons, tides, volcanoes, and these mysteries cannot be explained within the framework of other social institutions. According to psychological explanations, people relieve their anxieties through rites and other religious activities. People tend to have blind faith towards religion. Because of the insecurity they experience in their lives, they turn to religion for help in times of difficulties, and people indeed feel relieved of tensions and anxieties. Religion prepares people for the inevitable end of living beings, death. Beliefs about the meaning of death and what one can expect afterwards help people to adjust to it. Religious assertions about death as the beginning of a better life, death as having released and departed one from a world of toil and trouble. Its assertion that death as a step up the ladder of karma leading to ultimate nirvana and the release of death from the seemingly endless transmigration of souls tend to minimize the sorrow of the survivors. 6. Religion is one of the means of social control. The religious belief can influence the conduct of the believers. From sociological point of view, religion probably has been greatest significance in human culture because of its influence in social control. Dealing with the inner life of man and connecting man with those powers which he conceives to control life and the universe, religion possesses potentialities for regulating man's conduct to a remarkable extent. Thus, one significant function of religion is to bolster up the status quo and to throw the fear of divine wrath into those who would upset society and its conventions. Thus, it plays the role of a policeman. 7. Normative reinforcement. Religion serves as a reinforcement function in society to a degree that it teaches and emphasizes the same norms and values as for the societies. For example, thou shalt not kill, steal or procreate illegitimate children. Of the Bible can be viewed as an agency of socialization. Religion not only socializes people in the thou shall and thou shalt nots of society in a reinforcing sense, but occasionally pushes those norms even further. For example, society has norms against murder, but it does not usually try to control what you think about your neighbor so long as you do not harm him in any respect. Religious systems propagate certain values with a view to maintain stability and sanity in society. For example, do good to those who despitefully use you and persecute you directly, contribute tolerance and human understanding. 8. Stimulus to aesthetic expression. In the area of aesthetic, religion performs its function. Aesthetic is not exclusively the province of religion, yet one may observe the great architectural monuments, musical compositions and fine works of sculpture and painting use religious themes and subjects. Admittedly, religion has been a source of stimulus for aesthetic expression. 9. Source of social welfare. Religious groups are known to encourage people to render a helping hand to those who are in need. For example, religious groups in the 19th century were in forefront for establishing orphanages, schools for the deaf, blind and mentally retarded, hospitals and similar welfare and service institutions. 10. Strengthening the moral values. Religion sets moral standards for persons and expects them to comply with them. Religion indicates the do's and the don'ts for the group. Moral values are an integral part of religious systems. In Hindu religion, moral values used to be in consonance with the norms and values of society. We have studied about religion, which is one of the important institutions. Religion is defined as unified system of beliefs and practices relative to sacred things, beliefs and practices which unite into a single moral community called church, serving the needs of all those who adhere to them. In all religions, there is an organization which is meant to promote the community of religion. The church and the cult are two basic types of religious organizations. The ecclesia and denomination are subtypes. The superstition, animism, totemism, magic and fetishism are the different forms of religion. The functions of religion have been very high significance to society. It contributes to the integration of society.